Hello everyone, welcome back to the TrashTrekker channel. My apologies for not posting a new videos in a while. Today I decided to make a slightly different video. Instead of my normal garbage collection videos, I would like to talk about how an automated side loader drivers route and sequence their residential routes that we're not familiar with. I hope it will be interesting for you guys since I was asked this question a few times, and it is definitely very interesting and important topic of our job as a garbage truck driver, besides obviously learning how to drive and operate the vehicle and stuff. And also I would like to be clear that I am only talking about automated side loader in this video, so we won't be confused with different types of garbage trucks such as rear and front loaders. For those who are not familiar with automated side loader trucks, it is a type of garbage truck which is specifically designed to increase efficiency and productivity. Operated by a single driver, usually sits on the right hand side and uses automated arm that is usually controlled by a joystick for very efficient trash collections. Obviously, automated side loader truck is only faster and efficient when the conditions are met. If the driver is constantly getting out of the truck to service the cans on the sidewalk or behind the parked cars all day, maybe due to highly congested area, heavy density places such as downtown, it doesn't make sense to do it on the automated side loader. In that case, it probably makes better sense if it's be serviced by a rear loader, since it's more faster and safer. So about routing. Normally we have a system that helps exactly for this situation. Most companies in this day and age are equipped with tablets or some sort of computer devices that helps with a variety of things such as route sequence, dotted maps, turn-by-turn directions, and communication with dispatcher, etc. Some of these systems are pretty sophisticated, even have geolocation coded auto pickup options that recognizes and logs when the customer is being serviced. Various factors come into play affecting the efficiency of an automated side loader route. These include truck make and model, residential area density, road conditions, weather and geographical location such as hilly area or flat area. Typically, the servicing efficiency can average anywhere between 100 to 120 cans per hour in optimal scenarios, but it can go up and down tremendously. Now, let's talk about the essential things to consider when tackling a route. Every time when we approach an unfamiliar route, following things are crucial for seamless and easier operations. Your main goal is safety and efficiency. That's it. Yes, that's it. This is the name of the game. If you get this two down pretty good, it doesn't really matter how you run the route at the end of the day, as long as you finish the route in timely manner. Here is kind of a framework I want you to follow. Number 1, avoid making U-turns. You should be making U-turns at every end of the block to service the other side of the street. I know it's unavoidable to make U-turns, but minimize it to the bare minimum. Minimize left turn. That was number 2. Making left turns is also unavoidable, but minimizing it makes it safer and more efficient. Since you're sitting on the right-hand side of the truck, it's kind of hard to see what's coming from the left at the intersection. Number 3, avoid backing up as much as possible. According to National Safety Council, 25% of large truck accidents involve the truck driver backing up. As simple as that. If you minimize the backing up, you can minimize those accidents. Number 4, avoid any high stress scenario, especially during rush hour traffic. Identify those troubled areas on your route and make it a no-go zone during those specific hours. when you look at the route on the map, I would like to break down the route or the sections and find out the troubled spots where you want to be paying closer attention. It could be schools or heavily congested main roads, businesses, maybe one-way streets, gas stations, convenience stores, or anything like that. For example, you don't want to be on a residential street next to an elementary school during school start time, where there's no room for other cars passing you, or maybe parents are dropping off their kids left and right, and a bunch of people trying to pass you, people lying behind you, a lot of angry people, and people will try to, squeeze by you every chance they get, and it just makes horrible, unsafe environment for all. Don't put yourself into this kind of high stress situation, which is basically an accident waiting to happen. So now let's look at some scenarios where you can apply some nitty-gritty how-tos. There's a few industry-known rules and patterns most drivers follow. And no, I didn't come up with all these, and I was taught and trained, but remember, none of these are hard rules that you have to follow. Every area's streets are different. Okay, here's the first sample. It is the most simple grid pattern blocks. As you can see, it's very self-explanatory. The driver is making nothing but the right turns. This pattern is what we call making the circles, and it is one of the easiest way to get square blocks done, and it's very efficient and easy to understand. You can't really mess it up as long as you remember to skip a block after you complete the circle. Alright, here is exactly the same square grid pattern blocks, but this time it's done a little bit different. This is personally my favorite one. Instead of making circles, now the driver is making 2 left turns and skipping blocks. It's kind of hard to keep track of what the driver is doing on this map, but it's not as bad as it seems when you're driving on the street, since you can see what you already serviced as you drive it. Drivers prefer this method, especially in tight streets, since it's spacier to make left turn than the right on very tight intersections. Okay, here is the next sample. It consists of the same rectangular blocks, but what if it is wider? I refer to it as a butterfly pattern, though it's commonly known as number 8 or infinity pattern. It's very simple, almost like combining the first 2 scenarios put together. Alright, this one depicts a real-world scenario. Here's the section of my Monday route. The long blue line shows where I'm coming from and indicates my starting point at this section. I want you to see how I am combining the patterns that we have learned from previous samples. It demonstrates how I navigate through this particular section. Like I said, it's impossible not to make U-turns. You gotta do what you have to do it. You just need to decide when and where, and when and where not. If you can piece together what you have seen from previous few examples, this should make very good sense. Okay, this one maybe look like very simple rectangle blocks, but as you will see, it's kind of complicated section. Have you ever wondered why your garbage or recycling driver takes so long after servicing your neighbor's can across the street and it seems to take forever to return to your house. Well, this example illustrates the perfect scenario to understand that the situation because the driver is trying to figure out how to run the route in the entirety with efficiency, not only just the blocks. Additionally, I have to mention that there is another significant factor to consider when planning the route, which are the other drivers. I mean your co-workers. You know, there are 3 separate commodities that we have to collect in most cities in the United States, which is solid waste, recycling, and compost or organic waste. This means that there are 2 other trucks servicing the exact same route as you are covering that day. You wouldn't want to constantly run into each other as you are driving on that street. It'd be super problematic if you were constantly encountering the another one. Alright, how about this map? You might want to pause this video and try to route it yourself. Let's see if you can spot a tiny quirk that I have included in this map section when I was drawing, but I haven't mentioned it in the video earlier as a guide. Remember, there is no right or wrong way to do it, as long as you finish it safely and timely manner. As far as I know, there are at least 3 or 4 other ways that you can complete this little map better or effectively as this drawing. Please let me know how it went in the comment section below. Alright, so how did it go? Question mark. Alright, in conclusion, I wanted to express my gratitude to each and every one of you for joining me in this video. This was my first voiceover video, and it was no small feat. And while it presented me its challenges, the experience was incredibly rewarding. Your support means a lot to me. Stay tuned for more exciting contents, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you for being an essential part of my first voiceover adventure. Thank you.